Everybody else all right after the match?
They seem to be. I think there's a few tired legs and everything, as you'd expect, with some lads playing getting their first full 90 out there, and plus it was an end-to-end game. They would have. I think the running stats are pretty high, so it was a good outing for them. But I'm sure there'll still be second-day syndrome, a bit of stiffness in the legs, but they'll be okay once we get out in the grass.
Are you expecting one or two of them to come knocking on the door and saying, look, I've done all right recently, how about starting in the Championship squad?
Well, I've not seen the team for tomorrow yet, so once that's announced, maybe they might do. So there was one or two that, well, in fact, not many of them let themselves down. I know we can play better football, of course we can, but to get through that and the environment it is, and throwing 9 changes into it, I think they'll be relatively pleased with getting the minutes in their legs, and obviously the biggest bonus is getting through to the next round of the Cup and getting a half-decent draw as well.
4 wins, 6 games. How do you build on that? What's the next stage in this team's evolution?
To get a 5th win in 7 games. That's as simple as it is. We've got a game against Queen's Park Rangers, who I suppose Mark would be honest and say they've had some fabulous performances, some disappointing performances, so we just don't know exactly what we're going to get tomorrow, but all we know is it's a championship game, and in any championship game you don't know. Listen, a team could lose 5-0 last week and then go out and win the following week. You just never know what you're going to get. It's all about us focusing on what we need to do, and again trying to pick the 11 that will go out and get the right result, trying to pick the 18 that, if need be, bring subs on that are going to help you out. And our subs have been great. In every game we've played, they've given us a bit of a lift. So, yeah, from the result midweek, it'll be a tough one picking the 18, never mind the 11.
They've changed slightly the way they play this season with Warburton. I think they're going to try and be a possession-based team, play some nice football. And we need to respect them. They'll be dangerous, but we need to concentrate on, what we want to do. And I think if we get back to the intensity that we've shown in previous games, then I think we'll be okay.
You've had a good start at home though, haven't you, and can take confidence from that?
Yeah, I think it's important. If you want to be successful in this division, or in any division, your home form needs to be good, and you need to create a tough atmosphere for teams to come to, and I think Hillsborough's always had that. And yeah, we've won every game at home so far, and we want to keep that continuing, and I think if we win on Saturday, it's been a good start of the season, really.
The last 2 games, coincidentally, have seemed more like arm wrestles, really, Preston and Rotherham. Given what you know about QPR, do you expect that end to be a bit different, and maybe the shackles on Wednesday might be off a little?
Possibly, because if they play a little bit more expansive, then it sort of allows us to do the same. But I know this division pretty well now, and a lot of games do turn into that scrappy affair, and we'll be ready for that. Ideally, we'll play some nice football and win it that way, but if we've got to do it the ugly way like we have done in previous games, like the Luton one and what I heard about Rotherham, then we're more than capable of winning that way as well.
Because you look at this squad now and how it's developed, even in, I suppose, 6-8 months, I suppose, there are options upon options upon options to do things differently, aren't there now?
Yeah, I think that showed at Rotherham that we've made as many changes as we had and still put out a very strong championship side. And like you say, we've developed a squad now that's ready to compete at the top end of the championship. We've got at least 2 players for every position in the team, which you need, and that can only benefit us because we've got competition now. If you have a couple of below average games, then you might be in danger of losing your shirt, and that keeps everyone going. And the players that we brought in are all footballing players that can play a nice football, but then I think we've brought in guys with good mentality and good fight about them that we can win the scrappy way as well.